Welcome. We're here
Oh,
and we're live.
and
Yeah,
we're live.
we are live. All right. I'm going to make this quick today, but I'm trying to pull up something else. Boom. All right. All right. Let me get all this sorted. Give me un momento, por favor. Check that out. Boom. All right. So, a couple things we're going to discuss. Caught you on lunch break. Good job. All right. So, we just wanted to kind of go over some of our plans and what we've got planned for you guys coming this week and our trip. Just kind of fill everybody in. We are currently at, let me make sure I said this correctly. We are at 1152 on subscribers. So the deal was 1200 before Dyno, which is Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday, one of the two, to do mixed fuel testing and make it public. So, I mean, I'm going to probably do it anyways, but to make it public for people to know what the differences
If
are.
y'all want to see it,
If you want to see what
share
adding
it.
M1 or M5 or hell, we might throw a little nitro in it if I can find some. If you guys want to see what that does, then make sure that you get those subscribers up because we're still lacking by 48 subscribers. Pristine Racing, yes, both cars are going to actually all three. I know you guys don't know because we don't post a lot. There is a third Cadillac or second Cadillac. My stepdad has a 2000 Turbo 400 Cadillac, and he's a little bit of a psychopath, but he's going to be going too.
He brings it every year. He's done the
Yeah.
last 2 years with us.
Yeah, he goes every year with us. Some years he likes to drag the exhaust all the way through, halfway down the track.
And the tips and everything.
And the tips on a $8,000 titanium exhaust. He's a wild man. But anyway, yes, we plan to have three cars. So we'll have my C7, Wendy's 10-speed swap CTSV2, and then our Turbo 400 CTSV2. So, anyways, so we're trying to kind of keep all this. We're going to do a little bit of question and answer, not a lot, because I do have to go catch a flight here shortly. So if you're on Facebook or Instagram and you do have a question, shoot on over to Tuned In with JWT, like, subscribe, share, and put the questions there, and I will be pulling them up on the screen and go through whatever we can. So a couple things we wanted to talk about today was basically the trip, right? And then while we're in Houston, we're gonna sit down with Circle D specialties as well as Pete Nichols, so we can get some background on different topics like starting line ratios, what converter does what, how to select your converter, as well as their history, right? Because we always want to know where these guys came from and kind of give them a chance to tell their story because he has a pretty cool story. I've been lucky enough to be working with them for I don't know the last like 7 years or more, and they've been great to work with. So it's kind of cool to be able to finally tell their story. Plus, most of you guys. There we go. Weird. Let me fix my camera.
What just happened? It looks annoying.
Oh, now
So Justin turned the outlet off. We have outlets outside on these posts that hold our house up, and he flipped one off the other day because the baby was trying to play with it.
the porch outlet.
Oh yeah, I forgot you turned them off.
All right, we should be back. I need to fix my camera. Boom.
Jeez, what a difference!
Right? Well, that was unfortunate. All right, anybody?
Furio.
Are we back? I don't know. Should we just go?
Yeah, why not? I can check. Oh yeah, there we go. Yes, we're good.
Okay.
It's back. All
Sorry
right.
about that, guys. All right. So, anyways, we're talking about sitting down with Circle D. So we're going to tell their story. We've also spoken to Eurocharged. So we're not sure if we're going to do that or we are not going to do that. We'll find out. But kind of thought bringing a mix to it, right? Bring in a little bit of Euro, bring in a little bit of import stuff. There's a couple other people I've been talking to in Houston, so we will see how that goes. We are, as you guys probably already know, we're going to Orlando for Cadillac Attack as we talked. If there's some people in Florida that you want to hear from specifically, we've already spoken to Cal Hartline and Rick Crawford, which we're gonna have to corner Rick in the bathroom. But
I've got some ideas.
yeah. Anyway,
He's a nice guy. I've got some ideas.
so we're gonna try to sit down with those guys. If you have some other guys, as well as Julio from Alchemy Control, kind of get some a little more knowledge out there for the meth guys, because everybody thinks meth is so scary, but it's not the case. As long as you hook it up and set it up right, there's no issues with it.
Now we're not.
Right, right.
I'm blowing mine up.
Not the blue meth, the kind you pour it in a jug and that kind of meth. Methanol. So we'll do some of that. If you guys have suggestions, put it in the comments. You know, shoot me a message. Whatever you got to do. Let us know who you want to see. That way we can kind of bring you the content that you guys are asking for. I've got some good ideas, but at the end of the day, it's what you guys want to see that matters.
So take me for a week
Right. So
in Houston.
I'll be going to Houston tonight. Fly out. I don't know, about 5 o'clock. I'll probably be there 8 o'clock at night. So I'll be working all through the week in Houston. I do have the Dyno Wednesday. It's Wednesday and Thursday. I just had to check. So Wednesday and Thursday, I'll be on the Dyno. What we're gonna do on the Dyno, we're testing nostrum. It's 51% injectors. We're gonna run that test DI only. That way we can see, and I'll obviously adjust the boost to make sure that we can make it work. I'm gonna probably do around E65 just to see how far it'll go, and then I'm gonna go home and swap on K-Tech's Goliath pump. So that should be coming soon. And that way we can see what the difference was with the injectors, what the difference was with the pumps. Then we're going to go ahead and turn the port on and start the party. So I want to see what we can do DI only just because I feel like it'll help relate to a lot of people and let them make that decision of which way to go. I see a lot of testing done with DI only, and it's always done with stock cam or it's done with pressures or lower pressures because the injectors couldn't handle it. I spoke to K-Tech and Nostrum last night, and that pump says 250 bar, which is 3,600 psi. So, I mean, why not use it all, right? So we'll creep up on it so we don't break anything. We'll make sure, but you know, the older injectors, they would stop at about 25, 2,600. They would start misfiring. Uh, that was my experience in the past. So, in speaking to Nostrum, I wanted to make sure that this is something we can push. So, we'll creep up on it, but I think we're going to get there. And if we can get 3,600 psi, then we're absolutely, I don't have a doubt in my mind we're going to hit 4 digits with DIO, which you may not realize is a big deal, but it is. So that's what I was going to get. So previously, the car has made, and pretty consistently, 1151. That was pretty much my number. I've been to the dyno twice. It's made the same number twice. The car is very consistent. Last year, we ran 860s pretty consistently on 18s with a soft tune-up just to make it, because we drove it 1,000 miles there, run it all weekend. She did. Gapped everybody,
Right.
except for that last car. That twin turbo turbo 400
There was
race car.
water under my tire.
That's true.
There was nothing I could do.
Anyway, so we're gonna do the same thing, right? We're gonna do all this testing, and then we're gonna load the car up. Wendy's gonna fly in next Saturday, and she's gonna drive the C7 all the way to Orlando, gap a bunch of fools, and drive it home.
Right.
As long as everything goes to plan. But being the 1151, we are thinking that with the increased DI injection, we should be able to pick up another 40 or 50 wheel, which would be kind of cool. We'll be able to tell you. Well, what happened was we spoke with Kong from Kong Performance, and last minute shipped us 2650 to him because when I went from a 103 to a 112, I didn't really notice the gain. And I think what the reason was is just the blower couldn't flow enough. It couldn't flow anymore. The engine's obviously pretty damn efficient, even though it's just a rod and piston LT1. It flows so well. I think we just didn't have any more tapped on the blower. And after seeing the port that Kong put on that blower, I'm kind of scared for the crank. So I do expect some big gains from that. So whatever we make over that, we should be able to. I'll have all that posted. You guys can follow along. I'll be doing. We've been doing our kind of every day doing a little bit of a video.
Yeah, trying to keep a little bit of vlog style of what we do day to day.
Right. So a little bit of vlog, a little bit of podcasting, a little bit of lives. We do live a little bit of a weird, interesting life, and in case you guys are watching this from somewhere cold,
Beautiful today.
But
it's beautiful.
You guys want to come down and visit? It's beautiful and 80 and sunny today. But let us know what you guys like. If you like the daily updates and you like the vlog style, we'll keep going. All of this is trial to kind of find out what people like. The lives are just cool because it gives me a chance to interact. Gives me a chance to hear what you guys actually want to hear and answer your questions. But anyways, back to the car. We're gonna throw it on the dyno, DI only, see what it makes. Once we get to wherever the power is happy around E85, I have a couple ideas. Previously, I've already tested with a little bit of M1 in the gas tank, and I'll probably go into more detail about that. Depends on how the followers look once we get that close, or the subscribers. But I'm definitely going to go from M1 to M5 instead, which has a little bit of MTBE/nitro in it. Not a lot, but a little bit. And then again, if the subscribers do shoot up before that next dyno and you guys tell me that you want to see it, I might go try to locate a can of 50/50 or a gallon of nitro and throw a little bit in there and just see what it does. I won't run that at the track because I'm a sissy and I don't want to lose my engine because it's already pretty much pushed on the edge. But I will do it on the dyno just to kind of see what it makes. Outside of that, to Wendy's car, if you guys don't know, if you're new here, she has a 2009 CCS V2. It makes about 1,400 wheel. We just, with Powertrain Swap Solutions, Sean Hamilton, swapped in a 10-speed. So it's a 10-speed V2 that makes pretty good power. We've already turned it up to 18 pounds, which is about 1,100 wheel. And managing things through those shifts like nobody's business. So our goal for that car is pretty simple. We just want to get it into the 8s, 880, 890, something like that. We just want to kind of show that it's a viable swap. We don't really have very good tires on it right now, and the car's coming to Puerto Rico anyways. So we just kind of want to show it'll be an 8-second car, the drivability, that whole deal. And I'm sure she'll be driving it all over Orlando looking for people.
I don't not drive it. If I have the opportunity to drive it, I'm driving it. Oh, I don't want to go.
Yes. Tanner, I'm sorry to hear that.
We got a week and a half. We got 2 weeks. We got 2 weeks before in Florida.
Yeah.
So hopefully it melts. I can deal with cold. I can go racing cold. Even on the tires, I got to deal with that too.
For the 10-speed swap stuff, just look up Powertrain Swap Solutions or Sean Hamilton on Facebook and ask him because it kind of varies. Depends if you want a stock trans or a built trans or what options you want. We decided to go ahead and go with the built trans because, well, the car makes 1,400. And we didn't want to chance the issue. We wanted to make sure that we could put the power to that thing and not have to think twice about it. Because, if we 10-speed swapped it and ran, 980s, that's not really fun for us. And then she yells at me every time it does run a 9. So I don't want to get yelled at. So
I really do every time.
Right. So that's the plan there.
If it starts out running a 9, you'll probably still hear me.
Yeah, probably.
If you wanted to see some fun stuff, come to Cadillac Attack. Y'all can always come help and watch. And
which is
it's February 7th and 8th in Orlando at Orlando Speed World.
Yep.
We'll have both cars.
3 cars.
So it's gonna be fun to watch. There's a lot of really cool stuff that comes there. A lot of really fast Cadillacs, a lot of really fast other stuff that comes, and you'll get to see me bully and follow them.
And if you were there last year and saw the sick week shit,
that's
the
cool
shenanigans that happened. Well, sick week already happened.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna happen before. But it will not be part of Cadillac Attack this year, so it will not hinder us like it did last year.
Yeah. When
all those cars were breaking. So I think if you've got a car that's that's got a blower, or you can compete, or even if you want to come hang out, come down to Orlando Speed World. Let's go I mean, we're gonna be fucking off there anyways.
So yeah, absolutely.
But
It's gonna be fun. That's fun every year.
yeah, I think within the next 2 weeks, there's gonna be so much put out here that, you guys just make sure that you're subscribing and following along because there's gonna be a lot of information in this testing. I think we're gonna do this testing at a level that people haven't done and release the information that I don't think has ever been released because you always see it on 93 or you always see it with not everything it needs. Uh, like I was looking last night trying to find videos to see who had pushed the Goliath pump or, the injectors and all, and it's always, like I said, stock cam load or something weird like that. So we're going 38% load, 15,000 preload on the pump, Goliath pump, 51% injectors. The only reason I think I'm going to do E65 first is because it makes sense. For the power that we make, E65 is plenty of content to get the timing that I need in the car to make the power that I want to make. I think once we get towards the end, right, testing with the pump as well, I will more than likely go up to 85 just to show you the difference and show you how much power, how much fuel we have to make power at that point. Uh, I really think 4 digits, it'd be really cool to hit that. If we can do DI only 4 digits, I do believe that would be significantly more stout. If it does, and you guys wanna see it, I may save that file, and while we're at the track, I'll run it DI only. Because with DI only, we can run it a lot of it leaner. We can definitely put a little more timing in it. That's where that benefit is, and a lot of people may not know that. But once you go port injection, you start running into port injection things, right? So basically lower, a lot richer air fuel and your cylinder's a lot less efficient. So you have to go to more port timing. So that's kind of why I say this. If you guys want to see that, I will do it DI only at the track once or twice. Just got to let me know what you want to see there. Uh, J Kid, yes, I'm going to video the injector swap. I'm going to video the pump swap because, as someone pointed out, that there's not very many things online that actually tell you how to do this stuff. There's not a lot of good videos on injector swap and making sure that you don't bend the injectors when you're removing them and things like that. So I'll make sure to put that out there. I mean, that pretty much covers our plans. Fallon, you want to come say hey? Fallon is here. She just wants to say hello to everyone. Come scoot in. Say hello. Hi. So I'll give it, 5-10 minutes. If you guys have any questions that you want answered, or you have questions about the trip, or if there's something that you want filmed while we're in Houston or on the way to Orlando for the next 2 weeks, you guys need to say it. Let me know, and then if we hit the 1,200 subscribers, we'll post all of the exotic fuel testing, if you want to say that.
I'm also going to video working on my car when we stop in Mississippi.
Right.
Pick it up.
Yeah, we're going to stop in Gulfport because we still have to swap our 36,000-mile valve springs that we've never changed. And they've been doing great. BTR for the win. Speedy says hello, Fallon. I know.
Say hi, Ethan.
So, all right, let's do a little bit of Q&A, and then I got to go catch a flight. So if you're in Houston and you're looking for tuning, hit me up. I will be tuning the entire time I'm there. As soon as I get off the plane, I'm sure Thick's going to hunt me down to do his car. So we'll be knocking that out. And then, he's going to go put it on everybody's ass like he always does. Somehow he wins every time. If you don't think so, show us. But anyways, if you want tuning, make sure you contact me. And if you've already contacted me, do it again because, ADHD. Hello. But I will be tuning. I will have the laptop. We will be working solid all the way through.
Right,
and then we will be leaving the following Saturday. So you have 1 week. Man down. Fix that. All right. Let's see. All right. Yes. 918 Sonic Supra. Yes. We will. So I'll video doing the pump install. And I don't have the tool to show that. Let me see if I can borrow the tool. I think I know somebody that has it that will check the preload because I think that would be really good. I think I'll video how to check that preload and show you guys how that was done because preload is super critical to proper fuel supply. That's where a lot of people get into issues and they'll just jam these pumps down there and they won't check the preload. It'll come off the base circle of the cam and then you just put in a pump that you spent, $2,000 on, and you got no big advantage out of it. So the last thing we want to do is not show the true potential of what these parts are going to do. All right. Will too high PSI port injection with 1,000 FSC injectors and a DSX exhaust pump be enough for E85 for max effort LT1 or max effort LT 410 speed? So the only issue I see there, the 1,000 cc injectors are fine. I have 80s in my car and it's made 1280 already. But that was with a little bit of nitrous. So, and the fuel comes from the port for my nitrous. So if you guys are curious how that works, it makes it basically so we can just press the button anytime we're racing. Doesn't matter. It's always on tap, and we don't have to change tunes or anything like that. If you guys are interested, I'll make a video on that. Yes, I run 80 cc. As far as the single aux pump, as I've said in the past, my car, the battery dies because it sits for times. And in my experience, you have to literally go under there, manually unplug that controller and plug it back in for it to work. Or you just don't know and you blow your car up. So I've already gotten rid of all that. My pump is controlled by the reflex. So my port controller runs the pump up and down, and there's a fuel pressure sensor that it can closed loop control how much pressure is there. I have been working with a company, SMG Speed. So coming soon, there will be a dual aux pump setup. They already sell their aux pump setup, and they're already making it. If you go follow some of their pages, SMG Speed Shop, they have pictures of the dual setup. So once that comes out, it'll be solid state relay controlled through the reflex. So, uh, and then we'll have an affiliate link to save you guys some money. So I don't know what it is right now.
No, we don't have it yet.
You don't have it yet?
I think so.
I'm pretty sure I do.
Send it to me.
There's an affiliate link. I'll get you guys that in a second. But anyways, it'll be solid state controlled, 2 auxiliary pumps. You can do it in 255s or the 320, either option you want. You can buy it as a single and then later can upgrade it to the dual. That way, if you're just going to do DI only, you can run the single pump. If you decide to do port, more than enough fuel with 2 pumps. So, give me a second so I can get you guys that code. I mean, because we all want to save money, right? At least I do.
Yeah.
All right. You know what? I'll put the code in the comments when I find it. All right. Anyways, so just think about that. Single pump, controlled. You can do it by a Hobbs switch, or you can do it by, any measure that can pulse with my pump, right? So any port controller, reflex, Holly, anything that has pulse with output can do it. And then you have the 2 pumps. I know Reflex has it. I'm sure Holly can do it as well with a fuel pressure sensor. That way you can send that fuel pressure in, and it will be able to solid state control the voltage to the pumps to keep that pressure where you want it. That way you're not having to do return style fuel systems because, and this is my opinion, and I may get blamed for this, and I don't really care. A return style fuel system, all it returns is heat to your fuel tank, which puts heat in your fuel, which if you don't realize, hot fuel is a lot more volatile and makes less power. So if you have a way to control the pump, to control that pressure, and not put out fuel that you didn't need anyways, you're not bringing that fuel back to the tank, right? There's a reason that modern cars vary the voltage and keep pressure up there with a sensor. And they do it because of that heat, because it makes the fuel a lot hotter and it works the pump to death. And you don't need that. Your pumps are going to last a lot longer if they're only supplying what they need to supply. All right. All right, so if you do decide that you want to do this aux pump setup, SMG Speed Shop, and the code is Justin White, all one word. So type that in. That'll save you some money. That'll show the guys that we've got some reach, that we're interested in this product, and I think you guys are going to love it. There's nothing currently on the market with a dual aux pump setup. There's nothing currently on the market with solid state control to a port injection setup. So I'm sure we'll get copied, whatever, but we were there first. Remember that. This is here. Go get that. I hope I answered your question. I know that was a long way around it, but all right, let's go. You could use an A1000, or you could hit up SMG Speed and get a dual aux pump and have it solid state control. Be smart. All right, let me get through some of these real quick. If you didn't hear that, yes, I'm gonna do a video on the high pressure fuel pump preload setup because I do think that's super critical. Uh, yes, aux pump can be run with the reflex, as well as Holly or any port controller or standalone controller that can do pulse width. I think they even sell separate pulse width control modules that you can wire in if you didn't have port. Or if you don't have any of that, you just want to use a hop switch. I know some people don't like hop switches, but like, let's be honest, hop switch has been around like, I don't know, 40, 50 years. They're certified switches, they work. I mean, the only time I've ever seen one fail is because it was literally full of water. Uh, and again, I'm not saying they can't fail, but like anything can fail. So remote tuning. Next week you probably remote tuning mine, but if I get busy, I don't mind waiting. I will make sure we get you done. Don't worry. You guys got to let me know when you send those files. And again, when we're working together, if for some reason you text me and I don't hit you back, and it's been 5 or 6 hours or something, and it's not a Sunday or Monday, hit me again. I don't mind. You're not bothering me. I'm here to do your service. I'm here for you. You know. So don't feel, oh man, I really don't want to bug me. That's the point.
And if he still doesn't answer, text me.
And if I don't answer, hit Wendy, and I'll get yelled at. And I don't want that. Thank you for the donation. That means a lot. Basically, any donation that you guys do give, we will take that and put that aside, and that will go into fuel or different stuff to test. So, because we've got a lot to test. We're looking at renting an engine dyno as well to do some more testing. That's going to be in the future, but we got to kind of get this thing going, get it making money, and use that money to fund really cool shit. But
because it's out of our pocket, we're doing dyno and fuels.
Yeah, dyno and fuels is going to probably cost us a significant amount because we're probably going to be 3 or 4 hours on the dyno each day, plus the parts we had to get, plus it's a lot, and we're going to do that just to show you guys that we're dedicated to this. But donations do help us because nitro ain't cheap. But your experience with nitro and Gen 4, honestly, dude, I've never really done nitro on the Gen 4. Nitro wasn't really a thing in my peripheral until 6th gen, but I can tell you on an NA setup, mixing a little bit of nitro into a bunch of 85 did gain 50 wheel horsepower on an NA. So I could only imagine what it's going to gain. And this is like a gallon or two. And that was 50-50, which wasn't full nitro. So I can tell you that if that NA car gained 50, we should expect way north of that. I am not putting more than a gallon of nitro in my car. Don't even fucking ask. I don't care how much you spend. I'm not doing it. But I will do a gallon. And I'll show you guys what it makes. And then you can decide if you want to do that too. Keep in mind that I'm not going to do that testing until we have the port on because I will absolutely not have enough fuel to do it with DI, and I don't think it's even something I would. Okay, live stream any hands-on work, wrenching, tuning, dyno, anything. The info you're putting out is great. Thank you, Chris. Live while tuning is kind of a pain in the ass because while I'm here to give you guys all of the information, I am not willing to give out all of my tuning stuff because that's how we make a living, right? This is fun. This is cool. I like helping you guys and picking the parts, doing stuff right. But I'm not here to teach you tuning. I will answer your questions, but yeah, I got to have a way to make a living, or this is not going to happen. But wrenching hands-on, Chris, would you rather it live streamed or would you rather me do it in a regular video? You guys let me know. Again, this is all new to me as well. So I'll do snippets through the day, but I'll also bring the cameras and have recording on the car. So let me know how you guys want that. And the dyno will definitely be filmed. I'll probably do it live, but remember, I'm going to be doing it by myself. Wendy won't be there till Saturday, so it's a little hard for me to do all of it at the same time. So bear with me. I'll do everything I can based on what you guys are asking. Can you do a full review one day of C7Z06 with twin turbos, the blue one you guys did? Yeah, man. I'll try to reach out to him. Maybe we're getting the trans built now because it's always had a stock transmission in it. It did make 1294, so I think he didn't want a chance hurting anything. So tell me what you're looking to find out. What do you want to know on that car, Chris? And I'll let you know. He doesn't hide any of it. So far, at a little over 1,000 with 18 pounds of boost, the car went 194 in the half mile, and that's because we had solid mounts on it. and it had so much wheel hop that we couldn't actually put power into it until 4th gear. So basically, left in second, by 25-mile-an-hour shift to the third, rolled into a little bit. As soon as it went to fourth, we're able to power down and go. So let me know what you're asking specifically, Chris, and I'll go ahead and answer that. Not a problem. We're not super skinny. We still got them guns, dog.
Guns now. We've been doing.
That's right. Right. Island life has been treating us very well, and we're with everybody in a happier way.
Show everybody them paddleboard guns.
Alan, sure, cheapest way to make your car faster. Let the world know. Look, I'm gonna say this again. I have literally put my build on the internet. What blows my mind, had somebody done that and said, "Hey man, I've got a mid 3-second car. This is how you do it," I'd be the first one copying that shit because that car is 100% replicable. I've posted the mid 5-second LT4 cars. I've posted what we've done. And people haven't copied it. The fact that people haven't copied that blows my mind.
You made an actual video of everything listed in your car specifically.
Yeah, and you could apply all of that to a Z06 except for building the motor because you don't have to. So I've already told you how to do it. The fact that you don't listen, I'm not really sure. Not you specifically, but I think people think we're full of shit, and that's cool. Like, if anybody's got enough money to put a wager on it, I'll happily pull my car apart as long as the funds cover that. It's probably due for a refresh at some point, anyways.
Hi, Ethan.
Ethan, we see you. Stop commenting like that. I'm gonna come in there and bust your head. This is my son.
He's very supportive.
He's very supportive, and I appreciate you, Ethan. You're my dog. Stop it. All right. Amazing people will cut every single thing out of the car and not for 1 second think about helping themselves out. What does that mean, Z-Cells? Tell us. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, look, it's time to 10-speed your car at some point too, especially since you daily it.
Well, when you come to Cadillac Attack with us, I'll let you drive mine, so you can.
I don't
let nobody drive my stuff.
That's the best way to ruin it. All I did was try to tune, Sean's car, and I'm like, hey, go ahead and set us up. We need that.
Yeah, that was immediate. So nice. It feels so good. It feels so light since it's so heavy. It's just great.
We've got to get the guys from PSI to come on and talk about the reflex. Got to squeeze some more info. Chase, they are in testing. I spoke with Mike the other day. There's a lot coming. So remember that they are north of LA, and LA just burned to the ground. So, prayers with those people. But Mike, they're in the same area, so we got to kind of give them a chance to recover, and then we'll go out there. We were going to go out there this month, but due to the fires, we weren't able to go. So bear with us, and we are going out there. We're going to try to go see Mike at 2IPSI and Alex at New Era. So I'd like to sit down and speak with both of them. I'm also looking at talking to Rywire about their EV swap Civic. If you're into that, even if you don't want to tell anybody, can you get her? Go inside because she just kicked the camera. Sorry, got to make sure that don't happen again.
She wanted tutorials.
All right, so my car's the reason I'm remote tuning right now. Laugh aloud, your car's my idol. Look, you can easily just copy it, Chase. Anything you guys want to know, I will tell you. I don't gut my cars down. I don't even have drag brakes. I have stock front wheels. I build these cars as proof of concept. So basically, you could do everything I'm doing and run the exact same times. Literally, if you want the tune out of my car, you send me an email with the money, and I'll send you the tune out of the car. I will video pulling the tune and send it straight to you. There's nothing hidden. It's just you just got to do it. Well, yeah, and you got to not die.
Living life on the edge.
He's saying weight loss is the cheapest way to make a car faster. Of course it is, but I didn't get a 3LT to take my heated and cooled seats out of my car. Plus, I don't know that I feel it's relatable if I go in there and I rip all the weight out of my car and then I say, hey, you can run this with these mods, and then don't tell you that there's, whatever, 100 pounds taken out of the car. I don't do that. I would rather you see that car and see that it's still a full car out and ask a question, and I can tell you what's in it, because my goal is for you to be faster than I am. I don't give a shit about being the fastest. I don't care. I don't even race anymore. He does it because she's faster than I am. It is what it is. But that's the thing. I don't mind. Ask. Feel free to ask. I'm going to tell you, especially this year. This year, whatever you guys want to know, show that support, spread this shit, and we're going to We're gonna get that info for you. How much power would you recommend going port injection on a C706 already canned and about to go 2650? See, that's what we're trying to find out. Because in the past, I didn't have any options that I thought were daily drivable or were worth. Honestly, I don't think there was anything worth a shit yet. So that's why we're doing this testing because I want to see if that's changed. Um, right now, if you didn't do DI upgrades and you knew that you were going to go to port injection, I would say by around 750, 800, I'll go ahead and do it. We did just do a car with 93 and meth the other day that made 925, but it made 902. It made 925 with a little bit of C16 splashed in it. And I don't know that I would be like, hell yeah, daily, right? 'Cause that's a lot for 93, but that just shows you that there is a fuel capacity there that you could do pretty well with. Um, plus, he'll be going port injection, and that car will make 1,000, I'm sure. We pride ourselves on that. Yeah. Look, I'm the bad influence, but at least I'm going to give you the information. It's not like I'm like, "Hey, you should do this, this, and this," like a lot of these other people, and not be able to show you what this can do. I'm gonna show you what it can do. Let's see. Cars with weight reduction. Evil Red ZR1. Put the comments on Tuned In with JWT YouTube. Get over here and come party where the party's at.
What he said is full weight car that runs fast and are close to cars with weight reduction is awesome in my book, and we kind of live for that. We love having heavy stuff that runs just as fast as.
Don't get me wrong. If the C7 was lighter, that'd be fantastic. But the fact that it came at 36 to 3,800 pounds, it is what it is. I'm just gonna make that work. So.
I think it's hilarious to have my car full weight.
Right, because her car is like 44, 4,500 pounds. All right, let's go back.
Maybe when the cage is, it'll lose weight. Probably not, but maybe.
Thank you, Bo. Everybody, show us that you guys want this. We say this on every live. The more you guys blow this up, the more you share this, the more subscribers we get, the more info we're gonna share. But we're limited by money and knowing that this is what you guys want because we do full-time tuning. We do travel all over. So we do have a very busy life to begin with. But I'm interested in this if people are interested enough. How do you feel about the Holly transfer control? So I've only done a little bit of messing with that. I haven't had enough of it, and it is still rather new. I'm going to do a little more research on that, but I need to get my hands on one. I don't see why it would be an issue because I believe it uses the factory computer still a lot, but not 100%. Well, that would be funny, Tanner. The whole thing with this is I don't want to get too negative, right? Like I don't want to go bashing people. If we have a bad experience, it is what it is. If there's somebody that's just out there just scamming, I get into that. But honestly, I'd rather keep this on a positive note, keep everybody on a positive note, and just put the information out there that's correct. People can argue it all they want, but we're going to back it up and show you why we believe what we believe, and it's our opinion, and we're allowed to have that. Difference is we're going to give you that opinion as well, and we're going to show you the data, and you can make your own decision if we're right or not. And then, if you're at the track and you want to race about it, pull up. Okay. Thank you for finally joining us in the right place. You still recommended the engine shop in Splendora, literally 5 minutes. So, I said this in the last one. You're talking about Ultimate Engine. That is who the builder there is who built my engine as well as Wendy's, and we've been not nice to them, and they've been hanging in there doing really well. Mine's about to go get beat up again. Issue is, I know the owner was having a little bit of issues, and people were, some people had commented on that. In my opinion, to what I've seen so far, he is trying to get through that. So I can't just say yes, no, right? Because I don't know 100%. I'm not there. I will be visiting them probably while I'm in Houston. But I will tell you that if you can get that handled and you can work with them, the builder that's there, I would put against some of the best builders in the country. I've had significant success with them. I've made some insane power with them, and that's the only issue. It's Same thing with the engine shop. It's always a management deal. I don't know why that is, but, you know, is what it is. But I would stand behind their quality. If you get it done and get the engine done, their quality is there. What do I think of the new 6.6 LT, which would be the L8T? I think it's great. It's a factory center counterweighted crank. It's very strong. I've seen, 2,000 horsepower through them. Um, I don't know that you would suggest doing that on the stock crank. I know people have done it, but then again, how long will it live? Who knows? They do need rods and pistons, just like any of the other LTs outside of the LT4 and the LT5. But the block is iron, which makes a significant improvement for strength and rigidity, but it does not help with the weight. So 100 extra pounds on the nose of the car is a lot. I think it is. You can get in a C7 with a LT4 motor and an L18 motor, and after driving it around a couple curves, you can tell which one's which. Uh, you always talk good about the Gen 5 BTR stage 1 supercharger cam, but what about for a rod and piston with LAT crank, so 400 cubic inch LT1? Funny you say that. There is a car here that has a 400 cubic inch LT1 LAT. It's an LAT block with rods and pistons in it. And it makes a significant amount of power. So it seems to work fine. I know you maybe should go up on the cam. Remember, I know what works due to what we've tested. That would probably be something that I would make sure to refer to Brian Tooley or Nick over there, or speak to those guys and see if you need something a little bigger. But I have done it and I've had great results with it. So, someone is working on a device similar to Motec for rear wheel drive in their cars that's not expensive and more affordable. Yeah. So, we just did a podcast with Chris Delgado. The FTR fuel system is, I mean, it's on par to be the best port control setup, hands down. Nothing's going to compete with it because you can't compete with Motec. Motec is the baddest out there. It's the fastest. It's got the best data acquisition. It's got the best, it just you get what you pay for the most part, right? You're talking $7,500 versus, $2,500. The reflex is fantastic for what it does. It's great for 90% of the people out there. But for that 10% that wanna get in the 2s, 60, 130 like me, I don't know that I'm gonna be able to get there with a reflex without killing myself. With the FTR, the traction control, it basically what we talked about, and you can go back and watch it with Delgado. I know he's very smart, so it kinda gets us a little bit lost. But instead of the tire knocking, right, and then having to recover that tire and getting into an oscillation, the Motec can preempt that, right? It can see the acceleration rate, and it knows, "Hey, if I don't do something fucking now, that tire's gonna spin." And any of the guys that are in the big drag racing world, that are dealing with, as he was saying, 600 to 700 horsepower per hole, right, on V8s or straight sixes or whatever, you're talking about controlling significant power. Once that stuff starts going and you lose control, it's too hard to reel back in. It can, but it's hard. If you can preempt it and get out in front of the spin, or this is what I can put down that surface, and you tell it, "Hey, I only want you to give this much leeway." There's no other controller that does it like Motec does. So, I don't think $7,500 is crazy. I really don't. How much did your engine cost? The safeties that that controller gives you, I mean, you make the brake, save your engine, save your life, save anything. It can automatically deploy a parachute if you get sideways. Like, there's so many features that come with that system that, you know, it I think that's the most affordable, cheapest, best way to go for the guys that are looking for everything, especially if you know prep race or anything like that. Um, and we appreciate that. I mean, I know you guys mostly appreciate being me.
Who really likes
I don't know why people like that. You are fucked up, especially everybody that
that? It's not
everybody
even
watched that video where she was at the BTR booth at PRI and she was beating me on the light. I you know,
but they don't like that I'm mean to him. They're mean to me because I'm mean to him, so it's kind of funny,
right?
but
'Cause
I'm actually not even being mean to
they
him.
don't understand how a tree works, and they're like, "Oh, well, he let it go on green." I'm like, "Yeah, motherfucker, that's why I lost. I was working on it." Uh, all right, Tony, thank you, man. I really appreciate it. That will go to our and to our testing fund. So the donations are incredible. They help us a lot, and like I said, I'm very grateful. What is the fastest 6130 full weight car have you done? 390 so far because um, it needs more boost. But again, these are full weight. I know you can get them a lot lighter and you can go quite a bit faster, but that customer doesn't want to do that, and I think we're going to get him in the mid threes, but we're going to do it full weight because those seats are comfy. Um, Adam, okay, the reason I asked about the 6.6 is what is the reason you asked about the 6.6, Adam? Hey, Brian. Brian is another customer from out here on the island, and at least he gets to enjoy this beautiful weather like we do.
Yep.
What about the fuel line routing for port and 2 IPS? Okay, so that's the other thing. With SMG Speed, we're working with them on the aux pump setup. We're also going to work on a fuel line kit. So basically, you'll be able to go over there and in checkout, use the code Justin White, one word, Justin White, and they're going to be making a fuel line kit as well. So basically, you can get everything from them. Go get your reflex or your whatever cooler you want, and it'll all plug in. Because that was one issue I did have with the plates is having to make your own lines. I have seen a customer burn his car down because he didn't make the line properly. Um, so I think that's a good option. Plus, they do crimping instead of twist fitting, which I think is really next level. So SMG Speed, make sure you get over there. Use the code Justin White, one word, in the checkout. Save some money, and I think we got a lot of cool products coming out of there. What you got?
So wrap it up. You gotta catch that flight.
All right, yeah, we're gonna wrap it up here. One or two more. Hold on.
Yep.
The reason I asked about 660, you think it's worth putting in a truck that is already heavy? Well, I mean, if you're okay with the truck being heavier, but remember that trucks are heavy, which means that they're a lot more aggressive on the engine in the mid range. So that iron block may help there. Depends on how much power you're trying to make, where you're trying to make it, and when you're trying to make it. If you're trying to make a lot down low and you're trying to keep everything, everything together and the block stable, the L80 is not a bad option at all. Look, y'all do enough donations for an Evo, your boy's gonna get an Evo, but not until then. We've got a lot to go. We've got a lot of stuff we want to do. A lot of stuff we want to share with you guys. But we're in Puerto Rico and there's Evos everywhere. So
It's true.
I mean, we do have the buggy that has a 4G63 on it. So we can do videos with that too once I get a transmission. So if you're in Puerto Rico and you have a transmission for a 2G, I need it because I got a bolt broken in mine. And then we need a turbo.
Yeah.
All right. All right. I think that's about it. Thank you, Brennan. Hopefully we're doing what you guys want. Hopefully we're answering the questions that you want. Again, show us that. Share, subscribe, talk to your friends. Be like, hey, if you want to stop being slow, get over here to Tuned In with JWT. Subscribe to the page. Put it in your groups. There's a lot of information coming. There's a lot of people coming. But the comments are big. Give us the comments. Get in the comments and tell us what you want. Because if not, you're going to get what I want. And I nerd out on weird stuff. So I don't know if you guys really care about that.
That's true.
So,
Distracted by
yeah, I'm a squirrel. I'm just kidding. There's no squirrels
there
here.
was a butterfly.
Is there squirrels here? Or are they
I've never
iguana squirrels?
pretty much. The tree chickens are the
Let us
squirrels.
know. Are iguanas considered squirrels?
Curious.
If you're in Miami and you're watching this, you can answer that question because you will know.
We did have some really cool birds fly through our yard.
Some parrots. What were they?
They're Amazon.
Puerto Rican Amazons.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. Anyways. All right. I think we're about to wrap up. I'm going to get on that airplane. And if you're in Houston next week, hit us up. I'll be tuning all week. I'll be at the Dyno Wednesday and Thursday. If you guys want to just come hang out or hit me up, let me know.
Hang out means help.
That's right. If you show up to the Dyno, you better be ready to work. But we will be going to Power Fab Autosports. So if you want to see the Dyno live and be part of the testing, as long as you don't get in their way or piss anybody off, I don't care. I have nothing to do. All right.
Have a great day. See y'all.
Do the thing. Like, subscribe, share, tell your friends, tell your people. And if you come to Cadillac Attack,
Say hi.
come say hi. Or pull up.
or either one?